How's it going today, everyone? This is Sage, and we're back with another Market Watch. So, I got this really uneasy feeling during yesterday's Market Watch. I knew there was a card that I was forgetting about. I think past trauma with this card kind of blocked it out of my memory entirely, until I saw some of the top deck lists from YCS Anaheim. Artifact Sanctum. Completely forgot the card existed. I assume it was due to Scythe Walk. But we did see Artifact Sanctum come in quite a bit during the YCS. These secrets are pretty much gone. They're pretty low listings, and last I checked, they were like $10 for near mint firsts. Let's filter this out. Yeah, about $8, $9, quickly up to 10. There's like multiple sellers here with copies, but these are a lot more expensive than the dollar they were, 3 months ago. So if you guys do have these, check your secret bulk or check cards basically from around when Scythe was legal. Maybe you guys still have some of those chilling. I was able to pick 4 up from my locals website for $4.40 a piece. I picked up a handful of those. The OG Ultras, if we filter this out too, these are kind of expensive too. So OG Ultras sitting about $11 for verified near mint first eds. And then quickly on up from there. Just get the secret. It looks better. The OG, if it had an ulti, I'd recommend the ulti, but the secret is just a lot prettier. Otherwise, if you need just a budget copy, there are some budget foils with a Armageddon Ultra, and then there's also a common over here out of the Trap Trick structure. Yeah, pretty much everybody bought those because it came with Ash Blossom. So you probably have these laying around if you need just a copy to play it for your Thrust package. Next card. Okay, we've covered this next card. What, like 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Starleash Photon Blast Dragon. Okay. Now, I told you, these 2 listings here, for these regular Ultras, their listings were extremely low when we covered this. So I said, okay guys, what are we gonna do? We're going to follow the same thing we did with Moonlight Dragon for Tempai. And we're going to go ahead and pick up some of these Ultras with the colored text. They're the same thing. People are going to realize, hey, I need a copy of this if I want to play Ryzeal. And they're going to just settle for whatever's cheaper instead of spending the $10+ for, a decent Ultra. They're just going to get the colored text Ultras. What did I tell you? These were like 25 cents at the time when we looked at these, and now all of these are bought out too. I think I have 15 copies of the green. I got them less than $0.25 a piece. I gave you guys fair warning, man. Like, let's even pop over here. Listen on in. Here, we'll even pause the music. Listen on in. First one I want to start out with is Starleash Photon Blast Dragon. This is a Ryzeal extra deck monster. Don't ask me the tech. I have seen it in topping deck lists over in the OCG, and obviously we're gearing up for that release here in a few weeks, so people are preparing. Look at this. Regular ultra rares. Okay. $1 on blues, 25 cents on purples, 35-cent market, 68 listings on the greens at $0.25. Now, what are greens right now? $3, 11 listings. DC? This was 3 weeks ago.
Legendary Duelist 3.
What's the date? November 15th.
2, these are gone.
That was
very
5 days
listings.
shy.
Whereas
Today is the
colored
10th.
Ultra Rare
5 days shy of a
Legendary
month
Duelist
ago.
Season 2, we saw the same exact
I said,
thing happen
hey,
here with Moonlight
pick these
Dragon,
up.
Where the OG manga, the High Speed Rider Super, the Legendary Duelist Ultra, all spiked, whereas the colored Ultra Rares just stayed really low, and then people were like, oh god, I really need one of this, and then they jumped on the colored Ultra Rares. So if you guys just want to come in and get like a dozen or so of these just to kind of flip,
Tell
these
them!
probably wouldn't be that bad of an investment. It's like $1, $2, like, just pick up a few copies. We can see here there are sellers with quantities available, like there's 10 here at 49 cents a piece, 64 at $1 each. I probably wouldn't recommend going for those, but wipe up.
I say I probably wouldn't recommend going for the dollar ones. They're $3-4 now. If you bought in at $1, you triple your money minimum.
These lower listings first.
Like,
people are gonna need it.
People are gonna need it, man. I'm telling you. Like, a month ago, I said, hey guys, pick up your Photon Blast Dragons. Just pick up a few. They're like a quarter. You can't go wrong. Man. Hopefully you guys listened. Next card. Not for Ryzeal. This is for Malice. EMP Meow Mine is a Cyberse extender. We had thought about this like when the Phantom Nightmare first released, and these were like $5. I thought $5 was a pretty good price for this card, honestly, just because of how good it was. Thinking of applications for Sprite with it being level 2, same with like Live Twins, but it never really panned out. Just every other deck in the room was better, with the Fire decks, with the Yubel decks, like everything else was just significantly better. But it would be worth looking at this, especially these quarter centuries here at like $20. At $25, like, that seems cheap, especially when it's 2 here at 27.5 and then it's 30. This $25 one just seems kind of cheap, honestly. Something to kind of think about. Stardust Cipher. So this is something we have to look at because the Blue Eyes deck post-structure, the structure that we get at the start of 2025, does play this card, and they can end on this. Just a phenomenal end board piece. 1 tuner synchro monster plus 2 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. First time each card you control would be destroyed each turn by battle or card effect, it's not destroyed. Once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate the effect, and if you do, destroy one on the field. Just insanely good card. Yeah, these were very cheap for quite a while. Like if we filter this out in near mint first. Yeah, they were $1. And then Blue Eyes started seeing play here. And boom. And honestly, this might have even been July. What was July? Yeah, it had to have been Blue Eyes, I think. Or maybe this was Blue Eyes around here somewhere. I don't know. My OCG timeline is really messed up. But these are 7-ish. It wouldn't hurt to get a copy of this. Granted, this could also be reprinted in like whatever the mini box is at the start of 2025. We still have no news on that, by the way. Chaos Angel, I think we touched on these in yesterday's episode, but these are very low listings. I'm not sure how much has changed since yesterday, but 17. I did want to bring this up again. These are like mid-20s. And if we go look at Chaos Angel's other prints too, like they're all kind of just chilling. The OG Secret's sitting about that same price, but significantly more listings. But then the Ulti's like $37, $38. It's like $10 more just getting Ulti. Yeah, no reason in getting a 10 reprint when you could just come here and get a OTS Ulti for, 50% more. Typhon 2, I wanted to touch on this because this saw an insane spike because it was not in Bonanza. I was honestly expecting a lot more cards in Bonanza that had existing quarter centuries, since they made that a big selling point of Bonanza. They're like, hey, so we typically don't reprint cards that already have a quarter century in these kinds of sets. But we're going to do that, but we just won't reprint it in quarter century rare. And then they printed, 6 cards that had existing quarter centuries? Just kind of lame. Expect this to be probably in Stampede. Same with Zeus. I would not doubt that Zeus would be in Stampede too. Tracked. These were like 20-ish when we touched on them yesterday. Yeah, they're $30 now. Yeah, Fiendsmith didn't get hit in any way. It's obviously the best engine in the room. You can play it with, well, damn near every deck. You can play it with Ryzeal. You can play it with Snake Eyes, I guess, if you still want to play Snake Eyes. You can play the Fiendsmith Cash. There's just a lot of good options with this engine. I was expecting this engine to take multiple hits just because of how splashable and good it is, but oh well, maybe next list. Unicorn, these are like $10, $11, quickly up to 15s. 16.5 is where these walls are for secret unicorns. I remember when these were $1. When the Megatons first came out, these 2023 ones, they were $1. Just insane how the demand has spiked for these. Imperm. So the quarter centuries, yeah, they're over $100 now. nearing 110, 115, quickly up to 120. I don't know when this happened, but that was kind of interesting to see. Looks like our high sale price is 115 on the 2nd of December. So it looks like they were right in the $100 mark for a little while and just barely pushed over it here a few days ago. Well, that's good to see. Phenomenal card. I kind of want to see what the OTS ulti is sitting at. See if it is around that same price. UTR. Oh my god! Dude, get the OTS ultis. These are $92 and the quarter century is 110. Honest to God, if you have quarter century imperm, sell them, get the ultis. Get a set of these. These look so much better. Granted, yes, they won't match all the rest of your quarter century shit. But imperm OTS ulti is one of the best looking in my opinion. Just trust me. Get these instead of the quarter century. Linkage, this is going up. High rarity striker stuff. You know, it's just kind of following that same trend. Striker is a fan favorite deck and it's the highest rarity. People are going to want it. $35. Quickly on up to 40. Not many, like, multiples here. The only playset here on the first page is $39 plus $1.27 shipping there. Otherwise, everything else is just one copy. Valor quarter centuries. These are also going up. Surprise, it's being played in the format, so it is climbing. $65 up to $70. Multiple playsets here available at between $65 and $75 essentially. Even though market price is lagging behind, saying $56, $52, these are $70-ish a piece. No real shock there. Azalea, so we haven't seen this as a reprint yet, nor have we seen Camellia get printed in the TCG yet, which, if you didn't know, when Sky Striker got their manga in Japan, they got a whole slew of different support cards to go along with it. Kind of like how we're seeing all the Magistus support, and Endymion, and eventually we'll see Invoked support. We've seen, I think, a Witchcrafter card or two already. But Sky Striker got that same thing with their manga treatment. They got a ton of brand new cards, including like 3 or 4 new links. Azalea and Camellia were the two big ones, and Azalea is the only one that's been printed here. But we did see a significant spike here. I assume that was because of Sky Striker deck list copying, or no, this was the sale, wasn't it? Yeah, this was the Black Friday sale, I'm pretty sure. So people came in and they're like, hey, you know, I might need this. It's a very good generic link too. People were playing this over Donner for a while. But yeah, these are 21 plus, up to 25s. Kind of low listings too for the set that it came out in. Instant Fusion quarter centuries. This kind of shocked me that the listings on this were so high at 61. Yes, I know it's a one of, but it is around $20, which isn't bad compared to the ulti. If you want to go look at the Instant Fusion ultis, let's go take a little peek-see. Yeah, these are sitting about $65, $70 a piece. And while this ulti does look good, I honestly would just prefer the quarter century. I really like quarter century spells. They look very, very good in my opinion. Ancient Gear Catapult. So, this is funny. I found the super in my pile of unsorted cards on the side of my desk. Yeah, the super is like $10 now for near mint first. Let's filter this out. Near mint. Yeah, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10. And then 15s. There is a wall here at like 920. But yeah, this kind of didn't... It shocked me, but then again, it didn't shock me. Fortress, Howitzer, Ballista. Basically all of those got reprinted. What else did? Frame got the OTS print. So really this is only your... This card is either this super or common. And most people are going to prefer the super. The common is like still pretty valuable though, given the set it came out of. With Legendary Duelist Season 1, these cards are just super expensive for some reason from this set. I don't know if it was a distro issue or just the scarcity of it, but I think this was the same set that the expensive Tomb Kingdom was in, right? Or am I misremembering that? Toon Table of Contents. I swear Toon Kingdom was in here too, but maybe I'm hallucinating. Red Eye's Insight was in here as a really expensive common. I do remember that one. Anyway, just something to keep in mind for the Ancient Gear players. Splash Mage Common. So we touched on the Ultra the other day. I wanted to come here and look at the Common because look at these quantities that have sold. It's like $1 common. If you have any bulk from Eternity Code, now's the time to dig through it because these are $1. Like, it's not very often that you see common cards come along and they're like, hey, free $1. And then you get $1.27 shipping on top of it. You're making like $1.50 postage and supplies. That's like pretty decent. Metaltronus, wanted to touch on this again. There have been some big walls come in. Like here's a wall of 86 at 362. Wall here at 12 at 5, 8, 3. So this wall is probably going to take a little bit to fall, but right now the sitting price is about $3.50 a copy. Just people are pretty hyped for it. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Pydra. Yeah, these are under $5. The Chandra limit plus Kaiman limit just kind of really killed the deck. Just kills your consistency. Plus Ryzeal is just significantly better, so why would you not just play Ryzeal? Yeah, I can't even say to go get these because, well, they're supers and commons. They are very likely to get reprints, especially in the next year Megaton. So, I mean, if this falls to $1, sure, go ahead and pick up like 3 copies just to have on hand in case they spike up for some reason. But don't hold your breath on that one. It would be kind of a waste. Quarter Century MST. So this is still very low listings. I remember talking about this when it was first kind of getting low. But these are still like around the $20 mark. Just kind of a weird Quarter Century to be gone. 118 copies moved on... That's really weird. On the buyback, 118 copies. That seems so excessive. Somebody has something planned. Return from the Different Dimension. So this is one we touched on toward the start of the Bonanza release. And to me, this still seems very significantly undervalued, given the strength of this card in legacy formats and just how nostalgic this card is, given that it was in the like movie pack for the like it wasn't the pack that you got at the Pyramid of Light event. It was called Exclusive Pack. I think I have one. Yeah, I do. So in this exclusive pack, there were the Sphinxes and a common version of Return from the Different Dimension. So a lot of people had these growing up, and the super rare, which was highest rarity before the nostalgia reprint, was like $15 for near mint firsts for super. And the Quarter Century right now is sitting, well, there's one listing here under that price, but then it's sitting around where the super was. That seems very cheap to me. I do have one copy of this just because I love this card. But something to keep in mind. This, and we have another one later on that we're going to talk about. This kind of the same thing. Typhon. God, I just said Typhon. Zeus. A guy we haven't heard of in quite some time. Yeah, he's like $100 for the Quarter Century. Not too awful. He has climbed up quite a bit. But this seems kind of cheap to me. I remember when these were like 150s. Yeah, like way over here, 150s, like when Pearly was pretty good. Seems cheap, but I do see this getting reprinted in Stampede. Even though it already has a Starlight, a Quarter Century, and Ulti, this card's been printed in pretty much every rarity. Time to get a super rare, honestly. PUR Imperms. Shout out PUR is my absolute favorite rarity in the game. You guys already know. 15 listings, $15 is your lowest on these. Multiple like one-ofs here before it's up to like $25. Just insane how this card went from being so undervalued, even like just under the $10 mark, all the way up to almost seeing completely buyout status. It's kind of insane that finally a good PUR is being recognized. Castell, this did see play over the weekend for the YCS, so the Astro Pack ulti is very low on listings. About $75 here. Honestly, just get like the Dude Ultra. A lot of people hate the dudes just because of the quality control issues that they had at the time. But this has several different accessible prints that you can get. I would love to see an actual secret of this. This is another good contender for the nostalgia pool for Stampede, in my opinion. Give this like a plat, give it a quarter century. Otherwise, just get the Dusa. Dusa's always going to be really pretty. I love the Dusa Ultras with the unique ultra rare foiling. Cybers to save worm, this is Ultra. There is a massive wall here from Gamer's Choice at $1. But this is something worth checking your Megaton bulk for. Just because it is $1, it is valuable because Malice is playing it. So something to point out in case I didn't yesterday. Fabled Lurie, with the Fiendsmith engine seeing as much popularity as it is, I'm kind of shocked that Lurie isn't climbing with a quarter century. Yes, I know it has, multiple other printings now because it was in Bonanza, but still, you'd think high rarity Fiendsmith component would be higher than $7. Especially when the common for Lurie, the Hack 1 common, was like $10 for the longest time. So keep it in mind. Xian Synchro, the quarter century, is sitting like $11-12. This also seems kind of cheap because the Super from the special edition was like $8 to $10, and the OG Ultra Unlim was like $15 to $20 prior to this and the Platinum releasing. So if you're looking to bling out 6Ams, you have a lot of good options between the core set and the nostalgia pool to go ahead and do that. But I don't know if you'd want to run this plus ulti Xian, like main deck Xian, Shogun. I think that'd be blasphemous, honestly. But Xian, did Shogun get a quarter century? I don't know if he did. Oh my god, he didn't. Why did they not reprint Shogun? God, okay, well that's something that definitely should be in Stampede. Dimension Fusion quarter century. So kind of like Return from the Different Dimension, this is another one that I would recommend looking at because the ultras for this from IOC and whatever the hell the other prints were. There was a 25th anniversary reprint IOC. They were like $20 to $25 forever. And now you're telling me quarter century is like 12? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have like one copy of this, even just for nostalgia formats. Seems pretty cheap in my opinion. Ulti Diviner. So there has been talk about Voiceless kind of being a rogue-ish contender for the format. I know Ulti Lows are going up quite a bit, and it's kind of worth looking at these Diviners. They do look really pretty. You can get, there's like multiples here under 20, so you could get a set for like 55 to 60 if you really hunted hard enough. Maybe even cheaper if you got it on a platform like Whatnot, which if you guys sign up to Whatnot using my link in the description, you guys get a $15 credit to use anywhere on the platform. You guys can go to my marketplace and purchase anything off of there. You will just be responsible for paying shipping and tax on any applicable purchase. So if you guys haven't tried out Whatnot, I talk about it all the time. I really enjoy the platform. This is not just me hyping it up. I spend all of my waking hours on Whatnot looking for deals, looking for cardboard. I can't get enough of the platform, and I highly recommend you guys sign up. Yeah, that's all I can say. I love the platform. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Solemn Strike here for the quarter century. These are seeing a significant increase. There were a lot of decks that were playing this, I think in side deck, as a side deck choice to negate some of the Ryzeal summons. These are like 17.5 to 20, which isn't too ridiculous, but it is worth noting since it is from Rarity 2, and not a lot of the Rarity 2 card packs and boxes did get open because of the MSRP increase. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below on what you guys want to see me cover next, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're almost at 300 subscribers. It'd be awesome if we could hit that before the end of 2024. So going into the new year, we'd be 300 strong. Share the video if you guys know anyone that's into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Market Watch content. And let me know in the comments if you guys are going to the regional in Omaha, Nebraska on December 15th. That is 5 days from the upload of this video. I will be going. That is the intention. I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's going to be the first regional, so we're hoping to make some splashes. So hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll talk to you guys later.